Hi, welcome everyone. Here we go for the first video of the series, day number 1 of our 5-day series. And so today I am just kind of working from scratch right here. Here we go. Today I really want to talk to you about a couple of things. We're going to talk a little bit about energy, and we're going to talk a little bit about stress and how that plays into our energy levels and how it depletes our energy. But also we're going to talk about a little bit of connecting with our body. Our body has an infinite amount of wisdom. Our bodies are miraculous. One of the reasons that I fell in love with human anatomy and physiology, and when I started massage a little over 17 years ago, that's where I really fell in love with the human body and the healing process. And what I realized is that, you know, I wasn't necessarily healing people. I was more of a tool, supporting them in their body to heal. Right, like their body was completely capable on its own. There was just a small hiccup, a glitch of sorts, where it just needed some outside support to get it, kickstart it into the healing process. And so I have been able to be supportive of so many people over all the years, in their physical body, but also in that time frame, really grown to understand the huge connection between the body and the mind, and also the heart, right? That emotional level, that connection with source, whatever that is for you or for any person, like having those key components in balance and playing well together is really what takes a person kind of to the next level. Gives them that energy, helps give them the peace of mind, helps really establish good, healthy habits for themselves, without a sense of denial or losing out or being stuck in, unfun, healthy habits or healthy eating or whatever it is, right? And so I really want to kind of spend a little time each time we connect, just really getting in tune with your body. And so the first thing we're going to do today is we're just going to do a little body scan. So I want you to kind of sit comfortable somewhere. It's just going to take a few minutes, right? But what we're going to do is we're really going to just settle in, right? Feel the back of the chair under your back, feel the floor on your feet. You can rest your hands on your legs, or for me, what really helps when I'm kind of worked up and stressed out, is I put a hand on my heart and a hand on my belly. And that just immediately for me makes me calm down, right? It makes me relax a little bit, and it makes me just feel my body. And so we're going to just go ahead and you can have soft eyes, with like a small focused gaze, half opened eyes, or you just go ahead and close your eyes. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to start scanning our body, right? We're going to go from the toes all the way up to our head, and we're looking for tension. We're looking for pain. We're looking for discomfort. We're looking for holding. We're looking for stress, anxiety, worry, all of those things. We're just kind of like finding where that's hiding in our body, right? Those messages are not necessarily negative, like a lot of people think. It's just your body communicating to you that something's going on. It has a message to give you. And those sensations, muscle tension and coldness or achiness, those are all ways that the body is going to communicate that to you. So we want to start listening and really tuning in, because the more we listen, the more our body will talk to us, and then the more empowered we are to make different choices for our body based on what it needs. Okay? So just go ahead and settle in here, get all relaxed. And we're just going to start at our toes. All right? Our feet, our ankles. And as we do this process, when we find a place that's holding tension, moving up your calves to your knees, you're just going to repeat a word. It'll be something different for each of you, whether it's relax, release, less, peace, soft, something for you that resonates right into your knees. Keep scanning all the way to your hips and up your back, your whole spine. Just take time to pause wherever you need to and just relax. Release. Breathe. And up to the tops of your shoulders. Less. Soft. Right, and all the way up your neck. Over your whole scalp. And your face. Peace. So go ahead and take another breath. And then slowly come back to center and open your eyes. Okay? And just notice how your body's feeling right now. Notice how your energy level is right now. Notice maybe the quality of your thinking or your feeling right now. Right? This tool is really powerful, and it's like a muscle though. Just like if you were lifting weights and building your biceps, you're going to want to go ahead and practice this. The more you practice it, the quicker you can do this body scan so that you could do it in a matter of 30 seconds, right? You could do it in a minute if that's all you have and you go in the bathroom and you shut the door and you just do your body scan and you relax and you let the tension from your forehead and your face just become peaceful, right? Doing this activity a little bit throughout the day, every time that stress level rises or anxiety or worry start to come upon you, you just do this little body scan, bring some peace into your body. You know, you might get to the advanced level where you really start talking to your stress or your worry or your anxiety and asking it questions. So that's kind of like the next step. Once you really started to master this listening and bringing peace and relaxation into your body on a regular basis, your body will be ready to start speaking to you and you'll be ready to listen to it. Okay, so doing this listening and this de-stressing throughout the day is really key. Small increments make a huge compounding effect. So that is the first part of your challenge. Just do this body scan once a day, if that's all you can really fit it in your day. Twice a day would be awesome, like at the beginning of the day or the middle of your day and before bed, right? Bringing more peace into your body and relaxation, softening everything before you sleep will really help you have a good night's rest. And sleep is really important, but we'll get to that later. So now I'm going to make a little transition and we're going to do a little whiteboard activity. Give me just a second while I get set up. Okay. So I'm really visual, so maybe some of you are too. So this really helps me because there are so many studies that have been done talking about, you know, the finite amount of brain capacity that we have each day. And the reason that we want to get the hard stuff done in the first part of the day is because we lose it towards the end of the day and we don't have that capacity anymore for creativity or good decision making. So if you can think about it, like this is your fully charged battery. Hopefully you're waking up every morning with a fully charged battery because you're getting good sleep and you've got some good healthy habits. But if you're not and your battery is half empty when you first wake up, you really need some support because you're starting out on a little rougher side of things. So this is our fully charged battery. Then we have life, right? And life happens and there are decisions to make and things to do. And so, you know, I mean, you wake up in the morning and you're like, well, oh my goodness, what am I going to eat for breakfast, right? Am I going to exercise or am I not? Oh my goodness, the kid's sick. Are they sick enough to stay home or are they okay to go to school or the babysitter's house? Oh my goodness, what do I do? What am I going to wear? How do I do my hair? Right. And then if you're going to work, then you go to work and it's like, oh, I have these emails, I have these meetings, I have all of these other decisions to make at work, right? But if you stay home, you're a stay-at-home mom, you still have decisions. You know, what activities are we doing today? Are we going to the library? Are we going for a walk? Are we going to the play date with so-and-so? Like, you know, I mean, it's kind of like on and on and on. What snacks do I feed the kids? What do I make for lunch? Like, there's just endless amounts of things. And every single one of these, especially if it's a very stressful situation, it just starts depleting these energy reserves so that somewhere around like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're down here pretty low. You're below half a tank. And so that's why there's a huge majority of people who have that 2:30, 3 o'clock lull where we're just like, okay, I feel like a zombie. I need to eat something. I'll eat anything in sight, or give me that second cup of coffee or that energy drink, or we just start snapping. We start losing it. We get emotional. We get cranky. Like, speaking for myself here. Again, maybe you can relate, but so what we really got to do is we need to kind of lessen some of this big impact that life has, and we need to start restoring ourselves, right? We need to start having things that come back in and fill us up for everything that's going to come out, right? And so what happens is that there's a far greater amount of what's coming out of all of this than what's going in. And so it's just like with a bank account. If you make too many withdrawals, then you go into the red and you have no energy reserves, no money reserves, and then that starts costing you even more. The same thing is true with your health, right? So this is where self-care is really important. This is where listening to your body is important. This is where this 5-day kickstart, you know, healthy habits, right? Healthy habits are important. You want to make sure that they're ingrained, that they're good for you, that they're serving, that they're constantly putting in for all of this that's going out all the time, right? So that your energy tank is nice and full all the time. Now, life isn't perfect and I'm not perfect. I can't do this all the time very well, right? But what I have done is I have automated some of my inputs, right? I have made some things daily, weekly, and monthly parts of my life that feed into this so that I can deal with all of life, right? Like I told you guys yesterday, my computer went on the fritz, chaos in the house a little bit, right? Stuff going on with the kids, vacation things. The house is a mess because we just came back from vacation. Like there's just stuff happening, right? And so I lost my content for y'all. So this is where some of this is, you know, coming together. It's not as perfect, but it's coming together. And right, but I had key things in place so that I could keep my cool throughout my workday yesterday. So I could keep my cool this morning, get things set up, refigure things out for y'all, get this all going again so that I'm not totally losing it. Right? But like some of it is just automatic. And I would love for you guys to have things that are just automatic. They're not negotiable. So you don't need to waste any of this brain capacity thinking about the decision. It's just a done deal. You just do it. You just get fed every day by these things that you do to feed your body, your mind, your emotions, and your spirit, right? So I think that, you know, life is really big and full spectrum. And when we think about, you know, healthy habits, most people always think of diet and lifestyle. And yes, those are very key components. However, I think in the big spectrum and the fullness of who we are as people, there's a lot that feeds us, right? Being creative is something that is just as nourishing as eating broccoli. I think that having good, healthy relationships and social connections is just as healthy for us as blueberries, right? I think that, you know, where we are in our finances is also a big contributor. If we're stressing over that all the time, or, you know, we're stressed out about our job all the time, it's eating up all of this capacity that all this good stuff is going in, is just constantly being taken right back out, and it's not making a difference for us. So I've included a little bit of homework. When I coach people, I don't generally like to give too many things to do because I think it's overwhelming. So this next one is just something to do to kind of just give you a perspective of where you are in your circle of life. And so that's what this worksheet is called. You'll find it in the files list in the Facebook page. And so you just go on there and you look at your circle of life. And so it's a circle with a bunch of pies in it. And each one of those categories is just a different area of you and your life. And so what you're going to do is, when you see that pie and the lines in between them, right? If you are really satisfied and feel like you are getting really filled up in that area, I want you to put the circle closer to the edge, right? And if you feel like it's an area that's lacking and you really need some help, put the circle closer to the middle. And so whatever is good for you, like, right, there's no right or wrong on this. It's just a spectrum on that line of being at the center and dissatisfied to being far at that outer ring and being very satisfied. So somewhere in there is where you're going to be, right? So go ahead and just put all of the dots on those areas where you are, how you feel about everything, and then connect the dots. And it might be really interesting. You might see some very round, full edges, and then some big deep dives towards the center and then back out, and so on and so forth, right? It's just a really good picture. Again, I'm very visual. A lot of people are very visual learners. And so it will just give you some ideas. And then from that exercise in the next couple of days, we'll start pulling from that to actually do a couple of other things. So if you have any questions about this information, or any hangups, or you're struggling with some of it, or this concept didn't make any sense to you and you want me to explain it in a different way, I would be happy to do so. So please post any of your questions, your comments, concerns. If you liked this, let me know what you found valuable out of the body scan, how that's working for you. I'll check in with you guys later, and I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.